Okay, cool. So we're back. It's been a minute. I've been working like crazy, so it's been justified. Don't get me wrong. I've been staying on the charts. I just haven't been able to find time to like stream. We're about 20 minutes away from market open. I'm just gonna jump straight into what I see already. When I was setting up this morning, I even dropped down to any lower time frames. I hopped on the 4 hour, and then I saw a retracement from this 4 hour fair value gap, the bearish one. I mean, if you're not living under a rock, you'll know the dump that we've been in for the past couple of weeks. We literally have just been dumping. The market has been completely collapsing as of recently, but that doesn't matter for us day traders. We still make money when the market collapses. So yeah, so we're kind of rejecting off this 4 hour. On the 1 hour, we're rejecting off this 1 hour fair value gap, bullish fair value gap. I want to see us now push to these highs, which we will look into. So you can see this is the 1 hour fair value gap in the 15 minute, and then I just want to see, just so it makes it easier. Yeah, so I want to see us go up and take London high at the start of New York session. We'll see if we get that, and then we also left Asia lows below, so I'm gonna get that marked just so we know, just so we're remembering that, and we're looking at all our confluences for the start of the day and all our targets. So yeah, from here I want to see us go up. I want to be bullish today, man. I want to be bullish. If we go to the daily, we're actually not really bullish or bearish. Technically we're still bearish. I'll tell you why. So typically the way it works for this daily confluence, this daily bias confluence, or this daily bias strategy, the technicality of it is the fact that if we close below the previous day's low, that means we're bearish. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's just how it is. So since Thursday we haven't closed below we closed below Thursday's low on Friday, which means that we are bearish. Since then we haven't really closed above Friday's high or closed below Thursday's low, so we're not really bearish or bullish, if you know what I'm trying to say. So we're kind of having a lot of inside days ish, semi inside days, but yeah, I want to be bullish. That's just what I want to see most people do, just because it's easiest. But yeah, this is the main thing we're looking at. We did leave, we did leave some data lows below. I think that was Monday's London low. So we still have some liquidity that we still may need to purge. Whether or not we've purged enough, I don't think we have. We had a lot of I wouldn't even class this as LRLR, so I don't think we have. I still feel like we need to commentate this. I believe this was a data low from Monday as well, so. Fucking hell, I need to shut my window, bro. Shit is loud as fuck. Alright. So yeah, on the 15 minute, I want to see if we close above this. If we hold this fair value gap, that's telling me that we might still reach for those data lows like I was talking about. Alright, cool. On the 5 minute as well, we want to wait for these closes. Big fair value gap right here. On the 5 minute. But what we do have is this LRLR, which is a massive target for us. So if we do, we have reasons for us to move up. A lot of people would want to take this inverse, this big inverse here, but I'm telling you that is not the play, right? We did get our delivery. A lot of people would take this, but for me, we've taken too much liquidity, right? You could literally class this as some LRLR here. We've taken too much liquidity on the way up. It's taken too long for us to inverse a fair value gap. The momentum was there at the start. It's starting to slow down now, but we've taken too much liquidity since our liquidity draw. Our sweep in liquidity. In this instance, it was this low and then delivery from this fair value gap. We've actually taken too much liquidity on the way up to be taking any inverses here. So, all right, now onto the 1 minute, which is what we predominantly trade. I will be kind of shifting over to taking 30 second entries very soon. But yeah, onto the 1 minute. You can clearly see that LRLR clear as day. So we are actually going to be targeting that. So ideally, what I want, or what I would have wanted, is something like this. Fair value gap around there, and we get a little delivery from that fair value gap, and we target that LRLR all the way to the top. However, I'm not really seeing, other than that fair value gap, I'm not seeing anything really, unless we take out these lows and then get a retracement, or we just need to get an A+ without a liquidity sweep. For me, those are the two options. Or we're just bearish and we end up violently dropping on New York Open, allowing us to get into some longs. Or even if we sweep something like this, I did want to talk about something that a lot of traders get wrong in terms of liquidity sweeps. Dodgy did recently just talk about this, so I'm kind of taking it from him in a way. But I think it's important. Pretty much what it is, a lot of the times, let me go up here. So a lot of the times when people look for liquidity sweeps, they will use protected lows, or I'm not even going to use protected lows because that's what Dodgy used in his video. Just any low, for example. I want to see if I can find an example of this. So I don't think I'll be able to find an example. Okay, like this. So if you look at these lows, right, we're gonna use these three lows as our, to be able to talk about these three in a row. When we came below this the first time, right, and we tried to reject off of it, and we tried to pull back, what happened? Right, we came up and we rejected off this fair value gap. You understand? We came up, rejected this fair value gap, and we came back down. We then took this low, another low, straight after that. After we took this low, we came up, rejected off an order block, came back down. You understand? So, people now, instead of looking at this before let's say we are at this point in price here, and we see it take this low. Bear in mind the two lows before that being this low here, have both failed in terms of bullish, bullish entry models. Let's say now we get a nice little inverse here. If we get an inverse, like, oh, that's the wrong thing. If we got an inverse off that, that's gonna fail. That's gonna completely destroy the stop loss. The reason behind this is because essentially we've taken liquidity twice beforehand and they didn't hold. So that's what you call low resistance liquidity, right? Whenever price is moving like this, I keep using the wrong fucking tool, and it's just constantly taking highs, that's why you're bearish. That's why you're bullish, right? It's because the highs don't hold as much liquidity as the lows. So the lows are holding, the lows have more high resistance in it, but the highs aren't holding. It's the same thing here, right? We've gone down, we've taken this low, we've tried to move up, but look what we've done. We've rejected off this fair value gap, which means essentially the sellers have control of the market. There's more sellers than buyers, if you know what I'm trying to say. So whenever there's more supply than demand, the price goes down, and that's what's going on here, right? So the price we're kind of just dumping. So in this particular moment, the liquidity that we grabbed from here was too much, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm getting a call, so I'm going to quickly grab that call. Alright, cool, my bad. Alright, cool, yeah. So exactly like I was saying, so once we've rejected and we've gone up to here, there's not enough buyers in the market, or there's not enough buying power, which is what I like to call it. Once we've determined that, that's when we see these rejections, right? We see these fair value gaps, these bearish fair value gaps, we see them hold. This is because there's not enough buyers in the market. There's not enough buying power. There's too much selling pressure. Right, there's a lot of different words and terminology that all really mean the same thing. If there's not enough buying pressure, there's too much selling pressure. It's the same thing, right? There's bearish pressure, there's selling pressure, there's, you know what I'm trying to say? There's too many sellers in the market for us to be able to long this, which is why this fair value gap holds, right? So whenever we see this low get taken another time and we go up, we don't really want to be long in here because we've seen the first low fail. You understand? So we don't really want to be long in this, right? Because let's say, for example, we took this inverse, because a lot of people would look at that and think, oh, this is an A plus, right? Forget about the fact that we have, low there, lows there, that you could kind of even call that LRLR really when you talk about the, in relative to where they are, yeah. But like without that context, people might look at this and say, okay, they are A plus. But no, what really they're not understanding is, like, all day we have been bearish. Please, someone tell me what has told you we're bullish, right? You haven't seen, a CISD. You haven't seen a change in structure. You haven't really seen a higher time frame PDRA reach. For example, let's say this was London low for Tuesday, which it wasn't, but let's just say it was. That hasn't even been swept. Has previous days low been swept? Have we, are we in a daily fair value gap? Have we just tapped into a 4-hour fair value gap? All these things you need to take into account. But they just see this and think, oh, nice bearish inverse, which means, if we're inversing a bearish fair value into a bullish price signature, But the fact that price has been moving down, it's been respecting bearish confluences. When I say it's been respecting bearish confluences, I mean, well, we have a bearish fair value gap. It wasn't inversed, therefore it was respected. It tapped in, kept going bearish. Another one here. You know, we have bearish fair value gaps all the way down, and we've just been respecting those confluences. We're still going down. Nothing really told me, other than the fact that yes, this did get inversed. However, that doesn't just mean we're bullish, right? We saw it happen here. We inversed these fair value gaps. But what happened? It completely failed. I mean, don't get me wrong, we did actually move up quite a bit in terms of points wise, but it failed, which means we're still bearish, right? It's not until we see something like this where we actually sweep these lows, right? These major lows, right? We swept these major lows, meaning that maybe now we can think about taking these, right? Maybe now we can think about taking bullish, but it's not really, you don't really want to do that until you've seen the market tell you that you're bullish, if you understand what I mean. So yeah, that's exactly what I mean. I'm gonna head over back to the price because I don't want to miss market open or any entries. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people just see a low, and if it gets swept, then oh, we're bullish. Like no, it's all relative. You actually have to understand. Obviously, having market time, having time on the charts is always going to really help that. So as long as you're, you know, keeping up to date on, you know, just always practicing backtesting to look how things work. Like for example, if you look at this, right, you can see we're consolidating quite a lot here. When you consolidate a lot, that shows you that the market is indecisive. So we're not necessarily moving down and down and down and down and down, bearish price action. Don't get me wrong, look, so we did take this low and try to move up, but what we didn't do is we didn't displace so far above that, right? We kind of stayed in the same range. You understand what I'm trying to say? So we didn't displace down enough for me to say, oh, you know, it's that same thing where we're just getting low resistance liquidity breaks, and it's, you know, it's not the same thing, right? We're consolidating. So whenever we take out, for example, the low of that consolidation, and we start to see this strong momentum move in comparison to all of this, like we had black, 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 you know, pink, black, a very mixed. It's like, think of it as like the market's confused, doesn't know what to do. Like it just woke up, has no idea what they want to do for the day. It's kind of like that. But then when they've swept the low of this consolidation, we then get a strong push out of it. That's how you know we're bullish, if you know what I mean. So yeah, but anyway, like I said, for the day, depending on when we get market open, I either said I wanted to see, I'm gonna get rid of this. I kind of want to see this low get swept, which it just has gotten swept now, and then maybe an inverse here. I don't mind the look of this. Or we go all the way down and at least try tap into like this fair value gap and get like a delivery out there. I would rather come down, even to be honest, if market open can get us down to like here, that'd be great, because we're in like a more discounted zone. Even though we're in long term wise, we're in very much discounted price. But if we're talking about this daily price leg from like down here, discount is around, I mean, I don't even have to say it, look, you can just see discount is around this. So I wouldn't even mind if we tapped back into this fair value gap. I'd be more than happy taking shorts from there. Now, depending on the move we get from this might even be a decent play. I'm not going to be taking any paper trades today, just because I can't be asked. But we are targeting this LRLR, remember. I'm just being wary of these fair value gaps below. I'm being wary. Yeah, so if we were to be in this, which I don't feel too good about it. It looks good, but if we were to get in this, we'd be We'll be like this. Break even would be around there. But you see how this is rejecting? If we reject off this, I don't think I'm gonna get into anything until, unless we get a genuinely convincing push through this fair value gap on the next candle. I really don't even like it. Just the way we're rejecting off it, I now want to see us to go down to this fair value gap. And it looks like we're gonna get that push, which is annoying. But yeah, this is where 30-second entry would be a lot better. I might just get the 30-second time frame right now. Honestly, I might just do it. But no, this does look good, to be honest. I hate to say it, but it does look good because I don't want to get in it. But sometimes, like, the best setups always come unexpectedly. And to be honest, this does look like a good setup. Let's see if we get a 1 minute entry. I'm not going to buy the fucking 30-second before this entry finishes, so we may as well wait. But yeah, remember, we need to see the close. Sorry guys, I'm still eating my lunch, but I had to run to Sainsbury's for the stream charts. Didn't get time to eat it before I started streaming. Yeah. I'm an idiot anyway. You know what's so funny? I even forgot it was before market open, so entering this trade would have been retarded. Yeah, because we do not enter trades like that close to market open. It looks like we're gonna have a very. I hope we don't take out this before market open, because I feel like I can use that. Now, you notice how I've deleted the potential order. The reason why is because we took this higher. So if we close above this fair value gap, but also below this high, I could enter as I please. But because we're taking this high, we've now potentially added selling pressure to the market, which means the confluences that we had down here are not the same anymore. So there's no point entering. So the trade's not invalidated. Get that in your head, because that's one of the biggest reasons why people fail. I literally gained that knowledge from kind of common sense, but also just backtesting millions and millions and millions of times with my friends. To understand that whenever we take a high, before we enter, it completely changes your confluence, and it actually has an impact. People don't realize that it does actually have an impact. So don't do it. But yeah, it looks like we're pushing for it. I'm gonna go on mute for a minute. I need to eat, so bear with. All right, cool. So around a 200 point move from market open, which is alright, standard. Have not got rid of this LRLR, which I will in a minute. There was probably a 30-second entry down there. I'm actually gonna check, bro. Someone must have put it on the Discord or something. Some of the people on that Discord are so stupid. That's why I don't look at it. I only look at it for dodgy trades. Yeah, so the target is this LRLR. See it easy on the 5 minute. Let's see if we close this 5 minute fair value gap as well. Looks like we're not gonna tap back into discount, at least for now anyway. Yeah, so we closed above this 15 minute fair value gap. Shows me at least a bit bearish. At least a bit bullish, sorry. I wouldn't be surprised though if we came retraced into this, hold this fair value gap. I would not be surprised at all. I'm anticipating a bit of a retracement here, so something like this, where we retrace into here and then we shoot up and take this LRLR. So yeah, that would have been a good trade setup if we were able to enter here, but we couldn't because we took the high first. But if you don't understand what I mean by that, please ask, because it's a very important thing. I didn't go into it too much detail just because I don't think I need to. It's very self-explanatory, but it's very important as well. My boy Sia Tech, how you doing, my bro? Yeah, that 15 minute already inversed, I think. I don't even know when you commented that. I only just put the chart. Oh, okay, yeah. It will inverse. I mean, I'm bullish anyway, but you never know. I feel like, especially if we don't inverse, especially if we don't take out this LRLR. Okay, yeah, it looks like we're about to take them out. But a lot of the times we see this, so we see something like this, especially with the way the market's been moving as well. Like we saw it here as well. We literally saw it here. We inversed this 15 minute, then we kind of tapped into that, then we dropped back down into discount, and then we fed up. But yeah, I'm also bullish. There we go. That's what I thought. Yeah, we just got a little retrace into the discount. I mean, it's just ICT, isn't it? I feel like it's very simple once you understand what we're doing. LRLR now getting purged, which is annoying because I love taking trades as LRLR as a target. I just fucking love it, bro. But we're not gonna get that today, unfortunately. Yeah, there we go. Smashed. But you understand why this would have been such a great trade, because we had LRLR above as our target. We also had some, you know, some short-term targets here. This would have been an absolutely incredible trade. Like 250 points. We had our liquidity sweep. Very strong momentous move off that. We inversed the fair value gap. It would have been great. But trading is a patience game, honestly. To be fair, we would have got stopped out break even anyway, but around a 4R move. Exactly, my friend. Exactly. Yeah. You're very right. Yeah, for me, like, I don't usually ever really need to see a 15-minute inverse or a 1 hour inverse before I know we're bullish. There's a lot of other things that plays into it, as well as just market experience, just looking at the charts and what you see. I feel like people overcomplicate it. That's what I used to do. I used to look at so many things, and like, I used to look at confluences. I used to watch ICT and think, okay, ICT said, you know, if you get a delivery from this, then this to this, then, you know, you'll clearly see that we're bullish. And then I'll look at a, you know, a bullish imbalance hold or something like that, and I'll try to take bearish shorts from that, because ICT said if we enter a fair value gap. But that was so long ago, and I used to overcomplicate everything. Just, what do you see? Do you see price moving up or down? And then from there, you know. But yeah, again, it's one of those days where we get a very good start of the day, which means it will probably slow down a lot. You know, a lot of our plays were kind of taken out. You know, we hopped on the charts at around this time, and a lot of our plays were just taken out. The first one would have been during this consolidation. I love taking plays within consolidation. We took, you know, we swept the low of that range. We could have got a play through there. Next play was really just here, which you saw why we couldn't take that. You know, I'm very strong on the fact that if you take the high before your entry, it's a complete no-go, and it's completely invalidated. 1,000,000% invalidated. There's no way I'm gonna take a trade like that. The reason why I feel like we pushed up so hard as well was because right on market open. But yeah, we're shooting up now. But this should be a pretty long stream today, so feel free to come in and out. Yeah, we just swept these equal lows, equal highs, sorry. I don't think they're equal, relative equal highs. We might even close this 15-minute as well, which I didn't even see. We've got a very big untapped bearish fair value gap, which could be a target. Hopefully we can be bullish for a couple of days then. It's been crazy recently. Don't know why he took this. He took a. I hope he didn't take this, did he? Okay, paper trade. I was gonna say. So the reason why Dodgy didn't take this trade, I'm assuming. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I believe he's seen this kind of liquidity sweep, which I wouldn't even class as a liquidity sweep in my opinion. We've also closed below a bullish imbalance, and then we've created some equal lows. He's like the inverse because of the momentum, but yeah, he hasn't taken it purely because of the fact that we have equal lows below, and we've literally just closed a massive imbalance. Dumbass trade. I don't even know why he puts this in the Discord. This is a subjective trade. Like, these are trades that you take because you have, a lot of conviction in it, and you've been watching the market all day, not because it's a good trade. Please. This is a bit better. Yeah, this is a bit better. Yeah, I don't even mind this. This is a decent trade. Oh. Alright, so we're getting inverses, but I don't take these. I feel like on a 30-second I could find an entry, but I'm not going to take any entries from here especially because I'm just bullish. I'm bullish. The target after taking that LRLR is I'm probably just going to aim for this imbalance above. But again, like I always say, build a narrative. My ideal narrative for the day is, bro, I beg, let's drop into a discount. I can't really trade this at the moment unless we get into some more favorable trading conditions. Even this is a bit better, right? Unfortunately, there's not any imbalances up here, but it would be good. We would get a delivery from this fair value gap. But let's see if this holds. This probably won't. We're probably going to close it. If we do close it, I could actually see a play. I'd probably paper trade a play from here to... I'd paper trade that. Nice little 1-to-1. Yeah, it did get rejected. Yeah, of course though. And so if you look at it purely just looking at, let me get rid of the drawings. When you just look at how price action moves, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got around 4 bullish candles in a row, kind of high momentum, high volume candles in a row. That's a lot of buying pressure. On the way up, we filled some imbalances. We took out some LRLR. It's also protected high. We can expect price to at least retrace. There's a couple things that would make that happen. 9:30 open, news events. We don't usually see such strong momentous moves up or down. When we do, we usually need to come down and fill an imbalance and a discount or just retrace a bit. That's how it works, bro. The market is run off liquidity. So yeah, I expect this to reject a little bit. And even if we just, like, for example, this wick that we just created shows that we've took liquidity and we need some more, like, we need to take some more sell side liquidity, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into any longs. I just gotta be disciplined. Trading is a boring game at times, but it rewards when you're patient. And it looks like we got this 1 minute rejecting as well. Yo, bro. Wait, I just want to say hi, bro. Just chill. I just want to say, yo, how, how's it going, bro? I'm genuinely asking, bro. I'm laughing, no. I don't he owns Galaxy, bro. Nah, he probably is. I'm saying Dotty owns him. Bro, go look at their record. Dotty smooths Galaxy on the regs. Oh, that's why you can't score, bro. You have sons, bro. You're tripping, bro. Oh yeah, nah, that's what I'm talking. Bro, so when I said it, you didn't believe me. Celtics versus Suns is dark, bro. Nah, can't lie. Can't lie. The guys you've been playing are better than him, bro. The guys you've been playing are better than him. And don't even act like you haven't been losing to a double four and combo as well, fam. You're fine, bro. I know he is. He's my fucking number. He's my number one fan. I'm not paying. I'm trading, bro. Manson playing. Told Dotty, I said. Told Dotty. Wait, ask Dotty if he's bullish or bearish today. Ask Dotty if he's bullish or bearish today. Ask Dotty if he's bullish or bearish. Alright, never mind. It's a trading time. Alright, say nothing, bro. Loud. My bro, that's a great question. So, when I take a trade, we have a checklist, okay? So I have multiple confluences that I use to take a trade. The main one, obviously, is the inversion fair value gap, right? So we need to see either a bearish or bullish inverse. Liquidity sweep, delivery from fair value gap, discount, premium, etc. One of those confluences is an SMT. I'm sure you know what that is. You seem like you're pretty aware with all the terms, etc. So we need to look for an SMT divergence as like as a bonus, right? As you know, as an extra kind of you know what I'm trying to say, like as an extra confluence. So to be honest, I don't actually look at ES as much as I should do, if I'm being honest. But whenever I feel like there can be, for me, I usually look at higher time frame divergence. So higher time frame SMT. So if there's like a 1 hour SMT, for example. But no, I don't wait for ES to inverse as well. That's not something that I'm looking at all. At all. The trade frequency would drop significantly, and I also don't think it matters too much as well, because the direction of the market isn't really fueled off inversions. Otherwise, I would wait for ES. It's more or less fueled on sell side liquidity, lows and highs, etc. It's fueled off liquidity, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm not waiting for inverses on both ES and NQ. It's not that significant. I'm waiting for the liquidity sweep on NQ or on ES, and look for that divergence on the higher time frame. Usually, I don't usually look for SMT. Like there's probably going to be a million SMTs. Like for example, let me look for an SMT here, because I guarantee you, there was probably an SMT on this trade. Yep. What was that? What did I say? So yeah, there is always an SMT. Like, and that's why I don't really look for it. So you can see the SMT was here. So you can see this low at 9.11, and then this low at 9.11. On MNQ we took the low. On MES we didn't. So it's here. This is why I don't really look for SMTs, because I would have taken this trade regardless. And this is just something I kind of put into, like, it just adds to my confluences, also to my trade analysis, adds more reasoning, adds more confidence as to what, like, I get taught, or to what I teach in regards to not SST, what the fuck, in regards to ICT confluences, if you know what I'm trying to say. But that's a great question, bro. That is a great question. But yeah, no, I don't think inverses fuel the market. I think liquidity fuels the market, which is why I wait for higher time frame SMTs rather than just, you know what I'm trying to say. That's the only time I use ES. Good question, bro. But yeah, this is a great example as why I only look for higher time frame, or just more major high, major lows, sell side, buy side type SMTs. Because realistically, there's going to be an SMT everywhere. When we're just doing these 1 minute trades, there's going to be an SMT everywhere. Exhibit A. Like, we got our SMT here. We didn't even look at ES. We took this trade because it was a good trade, regardless of the SMT. SMT is usually a bonus that I use for doing my trade reviews and just to kind of boost my confidence when it comes to ICT makes sense and ICT works, if you know what I'm trying to say. Or if I really want to take a trade, like if I really want to take a trade and like we haven't swept any liquidity, for example, if we actually never displaced below this low, if we never did that, I'd go on ES, and if we did on ES, I'm taking the trade. But it'd have to be A plus, if you know what I mean. Like I'd have to be really confident in it, and it'd give me a reason to take the trade. But that's kind of cheeky, to be fair. That is kind of cheeky. But yeah, we're really high up for some longs, man. So it will probably be a very a very boring day. It happened too early. All the action was in the morning. If you don't understand why I'm saying it's going to be a boring day, it's because like we've moved like from like when I hopped on, we've moved like 600 points up. So the probability of us cutting all the way down into a more discounted zone to then target is just low. What I need to see, and I can still see it, it'd just be more of a risky trade, it's something like this. Inverse here, and we take that all the way to that 1 hour, but it's just unlikely, man. Or like a delivery from a fair value gap and then a nice inverse. Hopefully a nice little data work trade tomorrow and Friday. Those are usually easy money. Yeah. Data high, data lows. One set for life. Yeah, you know all about it, my guy. You know all about it. That's Gara, bro. You know all about it. It is usually easy money, to be honest. Especially having access to the 30-second, which I will do by next week, probably. I just can't be asked to buy the subscription, bro. I'm too lazy. what I love the most is just getting a trade in the morning. Just getting a trade in the, especially like when I'm in Leicester, I'll just take a trade. Like if I get a trade early in the morning, let's say not early in the morning. Like, sometimes I'll even get a trade before New York Open, and I'm not streaming. I'm just done for the day, bro. Just get everything else that I need to do. Go gym early as well. Just chill for the rest of the day. It's amazing. It's flipping amazing. This is why, like, for me, it's this is a career path in it, and I want to make that my career path. Like, I wanna be able to, make that a thing where, like, if I'm done for the day, I'm actually done for the day. Like, that's my job. That's the only time I use 30 seconds for day entries. Yeah, or if bias is very clear. Yeah, 100%. Or a lot of the times, and okay, so yeah, the reason why I know a lot about the 30 second purely because I watch a lot of streamers that use 30-second time frame. This trade, for example, I'm not actually sure what it looked like on the 30 second, but we could have got into this. So let's say, for example, the 30 second might have closed here. We could have got into that easily, and we would have, we would have taken that trade all the way up to these London highs. You just get a better entries, pretty much. Like, there's nothing more to it. You just get a better entries. It's not like, oh, the 30 second, like, this is how I put it, right? The lower time frames are just high resolution versions of the higher time frames, right? So they all show the same thing. It's like getting a really shit TV, and then once you get a kind of like a plasma flat screen LED TV, you're just dropping down time frames. It's just got higher resolution. That's it. Okay. So it's invalid on the 30 second too. Yeah. Love for that, bro. Love for that. There we go then. There we go then. But yeah, it's good that you understand the rules. That, it's very good. It's very, very good. It's funny, I wouldn't be surprised if Dodgy take this, bro. I don't know if you're familiar with Dodgy, but this guy, he's I respect him, he's done well in life, but I'm just saying he he takes the stupidest trades sometimes. Don't get me wrong, they work, because he's just got that kind of eye for the market. He knows what works and what doesn't. But it's just so funny to look at sometimes. Or like you'll watch him backtest. I don't know if you've watched any of his backtesting videos. He'll take L's and he'll be like, oh no, I can't explain it, but in hindsight I wouldn't have actually lost this. So you'll just kind of rewind time on backtesting and say, oh no, like we actually would have taken partials here, when it's like, oh no, you would not, bro. Like, why you shush? Or just shush. Yeah. I like Dodgy, man. I mean, it's where I learned the concept from. I try not to watch too many streamers, and like not too many streamers. Like I try not to watch too many YouTubers. I feel like after you understand the advanced basics, I know that's a weird term, but after you understand the advanced basics of trading, and you know what you want to do in terms of strategy, that might take you like 2 years, don't get me wrong. But after you understand the strategy that you want to use, refining on your own is the most important thing. Is the most important thing, I think. Like, Dodgy's too rich now to be listening to. He's too rich to the point where I need to now focus on my own refinement, my own kind of challenges. Yeah, he deserves it though. Realistically, I genuinely believe he's probably the most legit trader that I've seen, because there's so many fake ones, bro. Like, it's so obvious to see, and it's scary as well, man. Like, because it's very hard to stay motivated when you see so many fake traders out there, like, and you just kind of think all of them are fake. Like, even, I have my doubts about Dodgy sometimes. I know his concept works, but it's just, yeah, I don't know. You just gotta stay motivated, put trust in God, and just don't give up, innit? Yeah. I mean, yeah, to be honest, I see how some people would be able to not necessarily skip ICT mentorship, but because he had his boot camp, I watched pretty much all of ICT mentorship, and then, but not in the way you'd expect. Like, I watched a lot of trading videos, and then I kind of looked into ICT mentorship, and then watched that for a bit. I just went back and forth. But I see how just watching Dodgy, especially that big boot camp that he done, I watched all of that, really gives you a good understanding of ICT. And he teaches it in a way that links directly to his strategy. Oh bro, my man waffles so much, it's crazy. Yeah. I was gonna say, bro, he made a no rants version of and it's crazy because the no rants version, like, in fact, let me even show you. It's actually crazy because I'm pretty sure. So, if you look, if I go into the ICT mentorship, let me pause it. Some of the videos are 49 minutes, 52. So they're all like an hour long. Like all the actual videos got 30 minutes, an hour. It's fucking crazy, bro. They're like long videos. If I type in no rant,
Aviva Pension puts you in.
What the fuck am I doing? Yeah. So this is the no rant version. Bro, the videos are 17 minutes, 15 minutes, 21, 13, 14. Like that to me is crazy, bro. Most of them are less than 10 minutes. Bro, this shit don't make no sense. It means my man is literally talking like rubbish for half the time. I can't lie, I find his voice very satisfying to listen to. No Diddy, but like, so I did kind of watch the videos, but I actually did take these in, some of them as well. But nah, he's still doing his thing though. I'll be honest, he's still doing his lecture series. Yeah, he's consistent with it. He's doing like a video every 2 days. Yeah, he's very consistent, to be honest. He's just doing like kind of daily reviews and NFP algorithmic price delivery. He's very advanced, I won't lie. Like he's not really beginner friendly, if you ask me. Alright, cool. I have not just been brushing the markets, by the way. I want to talk about what we've just seen. So, I'm bullish, as you know, as a lot of people are today. So that means I'm not bearish. However, I did want you know what I do want now? I kind of want to take this protected low and then look for any entries. That would be good. We might be getting some action. But the reason why I'm not taking this is purely because I'm bullish. I don't really like the sweep. Don't feel good about it. Could have entered that paper trade. That would have been a really good paper trade, if you ask me. I was talking too much as well. But in hindsight, I don't even think I would have taken it. But it would have been a good trade, decent trade. Sometimes I can't explain why I don't want to take a trade. I just don't. Break even would have been here. Also, I don't believe... So I think what I originally thought is that we took these... Yeah, we already took these relative equal highs on this. So that 15-minute closed. So we rejected off and then we closed above like 10 minutes ago. And then we're kind of rejecting off this small 1 hour imbalance. So enough, I probably should have taken this trade. I was waffling about ICT too much. Exactly, bro. It is risky, which is why I wasn't and that's how you know. That's how you know a trade isn't Gara. Is if you're talking and you see it and you're like, nah. That's your mind telling you, nah. Like you've been saying you're bullish all day, and then you see one inverse and you're gonna take it. Like it makes sense. It makes sense to take. It's just like you said, 15-minute literally just closed 10 minutes ago above that fair value gap. If you're a trader, you understand. It's just one of those things sometimes where it's like, wait, you got a liquidity sweep, you got a momentous inverse, you're in premium, Nah, let's not. I was not gonna take that, bro. You didn't distract me, trust me. Trust me, bro. That's jokes. That you did not distract me. If I wanted to take it, I would have taken it. We could have still talked, bro. It's minor. It wasn't. I'm genuinely saying I wouldn't have taken that. Break-even trade anyway. Would I have taken partials at that point? I probably would have targeted those protected lows. We went around 1-to-1. Maybe I would have taken partials. Maybe I wouldn't. It's like a slight imbalance here, which we kind of actually did reject off of, which is crazy. But yeah, slight imbalance. So I probably would have taken partials there. Again, so as much as I wouldn't really ever take these trades for certain reasons, the reason why I wouldn't take, sorry, not the reason why I wouldn't take it, the reason why I like seeing these trades even though I don't take them is because it just, again, it grows my confidence on the concepts. It does work, right? We've got the liquidity sweep, so we took buy side liquidity, we inversed this fair value gap, which makes it an IFVG, right? To put our stop loss to break even, we took partials, we got stopped at break even. Is that not just a perfect, like, is that just not perfect in terms of this is the model we trade? A trade that didn't really work how we'd want it to work, which is probably now going to take out our, you understand? It's probably now going to take out our fucking stop loss eventually. Or maybe not. We made money off it, even though, you understand? So, I still like seeing them even if I don't take them. The fuck am I doing, bro? So you had this inverse too. Wasn't the best, like liquidity sweep. Oh wow, you never take partials. Wow, that's like the first thing we disagree on. That's good though. I mean, so yeah, we can talk about that. To be fair, the reason why I take partials, okay, it doesn't look like anything's gonna happen. So let me actually just bring. I can't even bring them back up. Let me actually bring that back up. Alright, cool. So our break-even point was here, correct? So we entered here, break-even here. CPI tomorrow. Yeah, we're live, bro. Yeah. I'll do a. Fuck it, yeah. CPI. We'll do a little. We'll trade that. We'll trade that 100%. Are they doing a stream for it? Because if so, I'll definitely do it. But anyway, now I'll talk about the partial thing. Since we do disagree on it, I'll just drop my case as to why we do take partials. Now, okay. So this actually looks like we're going to go hit these protected lows, which is really good for me because I actually need us to drop down to a more discounted zone. But let's ignore that for now. Now, let's say we entered on the close, that's where we would have entered. But this is really nice price action, by the way, guys. Let's say we entered on the close. When we entered up here, so let me use this. When we entered up here, our confluences were liquidity sweep. So we now have kind of shifted the pressure over to selling side, if you know what I'm trying to say. So we have more sellers. In theory, yeah, we're moving down, more sellers than buyers, all right? Simple economics, simple trading terminology. We take and buy side liquidity. We've then inversed the fair value gap, bearish signature and price. Now, for the same reason why you went break even, because you said you used the break even rule. If you use the break even rule, there's a reason why you're using the break even rule, right? The reason why you're using the break even rule is because the next draw on liquidity basically means we have a potential of doing literally anything, right? Because we've just taken liquidity, in this case sell side liquidity on a sell move or on a short, because we've taken sell side liquidity, we can now end up going to smash our stop loss. purely because our confluences have changed. They're not the same anymore. We literally entered up here due to the fact that we take liquidity, buy side liquidity, but now we've taken sell side liquidity. You would not enter a trade down here, would you? No, because you've taken a low. You understand? So for me, especially when especially like a 1-to-2, if it's a 1-to-1, right? If you're someone that just purely takes 1-to-1, I understand, right? But if it's like a 1-to-2, 1-to-3 risk reward, the chances of you holding all the way down after we've taken lows, then we've tapped into a small fair value gap, we've taken all those, like price could easily just be retracing. That's one, moving to a more discounted zone in the range, moving back up. Like there's a lot of reasons. I'm actually going to stop talking for a second and just have a look at this trade. I actually really do like the look of this, if I'm being honest. I'm just going to try and see what we get here. We got a nice sweep. I don't like trading against buyers though, especially because this protected lows below. I just want to see the momentum we get. It might be a paper trade thing because of those protected lows. And to be honest, I don't like how we're rejecting off of it. Let me see if we stay above the consequent encroachment, because a lot of the times I like just one candle to break through it. Especially, yeah, we might get this inverse, which scares me because I feel like I need to take it. So you see this wick? This wick is like a thank you for the liquidity whip. It tells me that we've just taken a lot of liquidity. I might get in this, if I'm being honest. With like 3 contracts. I just don't like how much we've displaced up. I don't like it, guys. I don't like it. I'm not going to get in it. I don't like it. I don't like the protected lows that we left below. I don't like it. I said I wanted to drop into a more discounted zone. I don't like that. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, whatever works for you. I always say that. I genuinely, I feel like if it works for you, then it works for you, bro. There's actually no right or wrong. And I'm not even doing this. I don't teach people anything in regards to strategy, bro. Like, if you make money off your strategy, by all means, do not listen to me. Like, I'm just live streaming. Because a lot of the times I live stream because it actually helps me take trades as well, because I don't take stupid trades, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? I only take trades that I know are okay to take. Please, bro, if it works, then it works, bro. You understand? Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you. Emotion is one of the biggest things, bro, when it comes to trading. Yeah, I don't trade live capital at the moment. I'm really trying to get onto this this road to 1 million funding concept. I want to try build up a reputation of like actually being transparent, because people have a lot of issues when it comes to but trusting traders. So yeah, I don't actually talk about finances when I trade. Just because I feel like, especially in my Telegram, I don't know if you're on the Telegram, but someone tried to talk about like, oh, this trade was worth 1,000, oh, on my funded. I said to him, yo, we don't talk about like finances, purely because it completely misses the point, especially when trading is a journey for everyone. It's not about the money. It's not about the money when you're trading, right? It's about the money after you're trading and you're spending the money. It's not about the money whilst you're trading, right? So when I'm taking this trade, for example, let's say this trade here, if I'm taking it on a funded account or a don't say my bad, it's calm. Like, I understand why you're asking that. But if you're taking a trade on a funded or a valuation account, it doesn't matter. It's this trade is the same thing whether it's on a funded, live. You understand? So whenever we start thinking about if I make this trade 2.75 risk reward, oh my god, that's that's £2,000. Nah, we don't want to do that, because then that's when we start trading with our emotions. To be fair, if you go on the Telegram, if you PM me, we can talk about it. To be fair, I don't really mind. I got funded twice when I was 16. Well, no, sorry, not when I was 16. 16 and 17, but I couldn't do it because I was too young. I passed 2 evaluation accounts, and I tried to use my dad's. ID, and somehow they knew. So if you're asking if I've been funded before, yes, I have. I've just never been able to, I wasn't able to trade it back then. But yeah, now the concept of this is that we trade evaluation accounts 50k at a time until we reach 1 million funding. And I want to do it all on live, so that when I'm up, people don't just think I've made all my money off courses. Because that's like the biggest thing. People, he makes more money off courses than fucking that. How everyone says that? It's like, bro, first of all, of course you will. Like, if you have 500 people paying £50 like per month, like, bro, come on. Let alone like 1,000 people. So I just tell them people to shut the fuck up, bro. But yeah, that's my goal, is to do everything on live, pass many funded accounts on live, trade the funded accounts on live. This current trader rate is a evaluation account. So, but yeah, I've been super unlucky with that. Okay, I remember the first time I got funded, I was so gassed, bro. I was so excited, and then because I'd heard people can use like maybe your parents' name to like trade funded accounts, which you can, but the thing is, the name was different. So when I gave it to my dad to do the liveliness check, they clocked it immediately, and they just said nah, and they even banned me from the prop firm. But it is what it is, bro. So yeah, this trade for me would have failed. There's no way I'm like, because for me, I do the whole thing where I don't exit a trade unless we close back below the IFEG. But bro, we dropped like 50 points under the fair value gap, so I don't really trust that, bro. So I probably would have been stopped out there. So you was watching Mercedes night drive videos, bro. I'm telling you, that's fine, bro. That's motivation. You're not delusional, bro. Like, in God's grace, one day we're gonna be there. What's your favorite car, bro? For me, I'm stuck between two. Like, my favorite car historically has been the G82, BMW M4 Comp, or even the G26, the 440i. I like 3 Series as well. I'm a BMW guy, but don't get me wrong, like, one day I have to get my hands on a a GT63 Mercedes. Like, historically though, like, as a kid, I've always loved Huracans, Performantes, Lamborghinis, etc. I need that. For me, like, cars motivate me. I feel like to know whether someone is up or not, if they have a nice car, like, I feel like I'm set. There's more to that. Obviously, I want to buy my parents a house. But we're all guilty of watching those Mercedes and driving my down-piped M4 Comp to school, or late to work in my GT63. Bro, ain't nobody shitting on a BMW, bro. BMW have the meanest cars. Meanest. You know what's crazy as well, bro? My dad has a Merc and a BMW, right? He has a 2025 plate Beamer and a 24 plate Merc, but they're both electric. It's so annoying. He has an i7, it's electric. It's fast, but it's electric. It's so annoying, bro. And then the Merc is a EQB. Fast cars, but they're just flipping electric, bro. Like, it's so annoying. Like, why are you, bro? Like, the guy could buy a fucking, bro. It's just annoying. If he wanted to, he could be driving a comp around, bro. He's just too old. He says he's too old for that now. Too mature. It's just a bunch of rubbish. I actually like this inverse. Got LRLR. I feel like if we get this, I'm taking it. I'm close to hopping off the markets purely because we've had a couple plays. Some of them have failed. So I'm actually going to see if we inverse this. If we do, I'm in there like swimwear. And we're going to target these lows. So just slight LRLR here. It's annoying. So we close there and then we immediately come down. 30-second would probably help us here, but we'll see. Yeah, electric is so jarring, bro. Bro, for me, like, the biggest thing about cars is being heard, bro. It's being heard. Obviously, if you don't care about the engine, like my boy said, he'd rather have a fucking Lexus than a BMW M4 competition because he said they're too loud. Some fucking female. Anyway, YS lost his head. Has he lost again, bro? There's no way he lost again. I'll de-link him if he has, bro. Oh, he's losing to a combo right now. Fucking hell, bro. 5 L's in a row. He's gonna get taken off stream, bro. Gee. That is dark. That is dark. Bro, I was supposed to get in this trade. I thought I pressed it. I didn't. Oh my days, I've wrapped it. I've absolutely wrapped it, guys. We might still get an entry, but I'd be a dickhead to enter here. Yeah, let's see. If we close, yeah, let me just chill. Alright. Should I be brave and enter here? I might enter off the. To be fair, I've always wanted to try it. Not try this, but I've always liked when we come back up and then we it'd be like a 1-to-1. Alright, win. If we fail this, we fail this. I think it's a good trade to take. I like the inverse. I like the LRLR. I like the targets below. So is what it is. Gotta move this up. If we take this trade, we're done for the day, no matter what, if we lose or if we win. We haven't actually lost on stream before, so this would be the first L we take on stream. I'm gonna probably exit in a minute. I don't like how we're cutting. Yeah, we're out. We haven't closed below, but if we take this, then yeah, we're out. Confluences, LRLR below, protected low below. Moving into a more discounted range. Alright, there we go. Fuck. First loss on stream. Pakara Shop said don't take this. Well, we can talk about confluences and whether or not I regret it or not. I don't regret it. This shit works quite a lot. For me, it was the protected lows targeting, but it was also this LRLR below. Yeah, I'd say that on either. Yeah, I'd say that on either. Good inverse. Taking the protected lows. Relative equal highs. I mean, it wasn't really choppy price action. We had, I mean, yeah, I guess it wasn't. It's just one of those. It's one of those trades, and you win some, you lose some. For me, like, I see that win. I see that win a lot. I see that win a lot. And if I'm being honest, like, let's be honest, if we enter here, if we actually enter where we said we were supposed to enter, we would have gone break even. Because we would have taken this, so we would have actually gone break even here. But so I wouldn't have actually. Do you understand? Yeah, Miss NG chatting about beamers, bro. And I was bullish. But I was saying that I wanted this anyway. Nah, break even. Nah. So break even only changed. So originally break even would have been here. So to be honest, actually, if we did take this trade anyway, actually not break even would have been here. I'm tripping. Yeah, nah, fair. See you, bro. What rank you at now? Oh, he's probably already gone. Love my guy. Nah, Dotty, I don't even think that was a bad trade, like at all. Like actually, to be fair, it was a bit choppy, yeah, but I genuinely think that was a good trade. Like, we get here, bro. I can't lie, on another day we get here. Can't lie, we take partials there, bro. 1,000,000%, bro. I understand what you mean, innit? I understand what you mean. I just, like, bro, the fact that we're actually cutting is just abnormal. It's just abnormal, bro. Like, look at the LRLR we just formed as well. Like, I do get what you mean, bro, but I genuinely don't regret that trade, like, at all, fam. They gave me tomorrow, bro. They gave me Thursday. And yeah, it would have been calm if I took on time. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Life. It's life. But at least I'm done for the day, bro. Today was weird, man. We got too much good price action at the start of the day, yeah. Then we just fucking... You get me? Bro, they gave me tomorrow night, bro. I'm gassed. I swear YS is working tomorrow night as well, though, I swear. So I got YS Thursday and Friday. Let me put this O on the chat. Come on, G. Man's working on Thursday too. They literally belled me and said, do I want to work tomorrow? You're working tonight? Wait, if there's a trade tonight, I'll do that, bro. I'll back it. Oh wait, no, I can't, to be fair. I'm in dogs. Alright, let me document it. Fucking hell. Let me do the walk of shame. Alright, cool. Man's gonna hop off stream for today. It was a good day in terms of price action, but we took an L, so safe.